The auditorium buzzed with anticipation. Students in pressed uniforms lined the stage, cameras panned from face to face, and parents leaned forward in their seats with pride brimming in their eyes. A gold-trimmed banner overhead read, "Academic Excellence Awards, a celebration of brilliance. Then-stillness. Ms. Reynolds." The event host in a tailored navy suit lifted a sleek cream-colored certificate high into the air. The spotlight caught the golden foil stamp that shimmered like a trophy, and the award for the highest national academic distinction goes to, she turned, eyes cold, lips curling, Amamira Johnson. A few claps erupted, tentative, confused, then silence. Beside her stood Amamira, a quiet black girl in a flawless navy blue school uniform. Her posture straight, her hands folded, her face serene. Miss Reynolds didn't hand her the certificate. Instead, with a chilling smirk, she looked directly at the cameras and said, "This doesn't belong to you." The words struck like a slap. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Without hesitation, Ms. Reynolds tore the certificate in half on. Live television. For a moment, time stopped. Shocked silence blanketed the room. Cameras zoomed in. No one moved. No one spoke, but Amamira didn't cry. She didn't plead. She simply looked down at the shredded paper falling like ashes at her feet. Her hands remained folded. Her left hand trembled, but her eyes didn't. Backstage, whispers turned urgent. A producer cursed under their breath. A man in a dark gray suit, arms crossed behind the curtain, stepped closer to the side of the stage. His expression hardened. Ms. Reynolds kept speaking, her tone dripping disdain. "We verify our winners. There must have been a mix-up. This award is for excellence, not pity." The audience squirmed. A few exchanged looks. But still no one intervened. Amamira slowly knelt. She picked up both halves of the certificate with quiet care, as if handling something sacred. She didn't flinch. She didn't look up. She folded the pieces gently and sat at the edge of the stage. One corner had broken off. She tucked it into her pocket like it was gold. Then, clink. Something slipped from her blazer and landed softly on the wooden floor. A silver pin shaped like a laurel wreath. It caught the light, gleaming with quiet power. A boy in the front row leaned forward. "Wait, isn't that from the National Academic Alliance?" Flashback. Weeks earlier. No stage. No applause. Just silence, a stopwatch, and a judging panel inside a modest academic hall. Amamira stood alone at a table, her eyes closed, a blindfold tied securely. She whispered formulas, solved logic puzzles under timed pressure, and answered oral math challenges flawlessly. "She's not just smart," one judge had whispered. "She's beyond, she's a phenomenon." Back to present. The man in the suit now stepped onto the stairs of the stage, leather folder in hand. His face was tight with purpose. The host blinked. Ms. Reynolds froze. Amamira's head turned. Slightly she knew that voice. He didn't wait for an introduction. "I'm Dr. Raymond Ellis," he said clearly, voice resonating like a courtroom gavel. "Executive Director of the National Academic Alliance. I'm here to correct a mistake, but not the one you think." Murmurs swept the auditorium. The cameras locked on him. Miss Reynolds stammered, "Sir, I believe this student wasn't on the final list." He raised a hand. She stopped mid-sentence. "You're right. She wasn't on the list," he said, turning to Amamira, "because she was above it." Gasps broke through the silence. Dr. Ellis opened the folder and pulled out a certificate signed, sealed, laminated, and embossed with a gold emblem. Out of over 12,000 students nationwide, Amamira Johnson didn't just qualify. She ranked number 1. "We plan to announce this next week. But after what I just witnessed, that would be too late." He stepped forward, holding it out with both hands. His tone softened, but his eyes burned. Congratulations, Amamira. You earned this, not through permission, but through brilliance. She stood, slow and graceful. Her fingers brushed the torn certificate still tucked in her blazer. Then she extended both hands and accepted the new one with quiet dignity. Thank you, she whispered. Then she turned to face the audience. She lifted the certificate high, but said nothing. Silence blanketed the room again, but this time not in shame. This time it was awe.ms. Reynolds stepped back, her face pale, her smirk gone. She looked smaller now. And Amamira, calm and radiant, stepped down from the stage, not to run away, but to rise. She passed the cameras, the bright lights, and the whispers. Her head held high. The certificate held close, not like a trophy, but like armor. She never needed anyone to hand her worth. She carried it all along. She didn't ask for pity. She demanded fairness. And in a world that tried to erase her, she chose to endure instead of explode. Her silence? It screamed louder than outrage. Some victories aren't explosive. They don't make headlines or hashtags. But they change everything. Because sometimes the strongest thing a girl can do is not break. If this story touched you, let it ripple. Share it. Leave a comment. And subscribe for more stories where truth walks quietly but leaves deep footprints. Justice is silent. Amamarias is #true excellence. #dignity is power. #let her be heard.